feeling remains sterile. Feeling is the womb. Thought is the seed. But without the womb, nothing is born. This is why Scripture never says, believe with your mind. It says,
I
believe in
posted
your
the
heart.
free hugs,
The
James.
heart is the place of
Check
feeling.
out my
And
post.
feeling is not something you force. It is something you enter. You enter it the same way you enter sleep, by letting go. So now, imagine this, not as fantasy, but as positioning. Imagine being free from the inner tension of becoming. Imagine waking without the quiet
Yeah, I'm
pressure
gonna do a
to
free
prove
hug
yourself.
tour, so I'll come to New
Imagine
York.
moving through the day with a subtle knowing. This is handled, not excitement, not relief, just normalcy. This is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is not dramatic. It is familiar, because fulfillment feels like something you no longer think about. This is where most people misunderstand manifestation. They chase emotional highs, believing intensity equals power. But
Yes.
intensity is unstable. Calm is powerful. Certainty is quiet. When something is
Hey,
yours,
Jalen.
you do not
What's
obsess
up,
over
Jamma?
it. You
Jamma
rest in
Gamma.
it. This rest is the Sabbath, not a day, a state. The state entered when the inner work is finished. When the feeling has been accepted, be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not
Hi,
passivity.
MJ.
It is
Thank you,
alignment.
Skip.
Now let us go deeper. The body is the instrument through which
You
feeling
see
speaks.
why?
Your posture, breath, and nervous system are always responding to what you assume to be true. Fear contracts, safety expands, lack tightens, wholeness softens. So when you change feeling, you change biology. Science confirms this without naming it spiritual. Neural pathways reorganize around repeated emotional states.
Grand
Hormones
Rising.
adjust. Perception filters reality differently.
No, I
And
didn't.
perception determines behavior.
Hello.
Behavior determines outcomes. This is not mysticism. This is mechanism. Feeling is the bridge between imagination and matter. So when you sit quietly and feel yourself to be whole, you are not pretending. You are instructing the system. You are telling the body, the mind, and the world, this is the state we live from now. And they obey. Not instantly always, but
I
inevitably.
am. I'm doing a free
Because
hug
law
tour.
does not rush. It fulfills. Now understand something essential. You do
It's
not
okay,
create
B.
by effortful emotion. You create by consistency
Thank
of
you,
feeling.
Taylor.
The feeling must become
Taylor
familiar,
mate.
natural, unremarkable. This is why it is entered best in stillness. At night, in prayer, in moments when the world loosens its grip, you do not visualize to see. You visualize to feel. A single touch, a single phrase heard, a simple moment implying fulfillment. Then you let it sink. You do
Oh,
not
okay,
repeat it
period.
anxiously. You do not check if it worked. You trust the soil,
Nice.
and the soil is feeling. Now let us address what stops most people. They attempt to feel what they do not yet believe, and belief cannot be forced.
What's up, the green
But
sheep?
belief follows experience. So you begin small. You do not jump to the largest desire first. You enter the feeling of something gentle and believable. Peace, ease, confidence. You let yourself feel okay. This alone changes everything.
Thank you for
Because from
sharing my
okay,
live. Thank you, Just
growth is
Time.
natural. From tension, growth is resisted. So the first
Blessed and
manifestation is
highly
always inner.
favored.
A shift from pressure to permission.
Hey,
And
Shy.
once permission is granted, feeling deepens. Now something extraordinary happens. As feeling changes, your inner dialogue changes. You speak differently to yourself, not intentionally, but automatically. The voice becomes kinder, more certain, less defensive. And this inner voice is the real prayer, the one that never stops. So when inner speech aligns with fulfilled feeling, creation accelerates.
No, it's Neville
Because there's no
Goddard.
contradiction. This is why divided minds struggle. They imagine
No, we're doing
success
our
but
laundry
feel
today.
unworthy.
Do
They
your laundry
desire
with me.
love but feel unsafe. They affirm abundance but feel tense. And feeling always wins. So you do not fight feeling. You replace it. Not with denial, with truth. Truth felt, not argued. And truth is always expansive. Now hear this. You do not need to destroy the old self. You only need to withdraw feeling from it. States die when they are no
No,
longer
thank
fed.
you.
So when old thoughts arise, you
It
do not
is a lot of
engage.
hangers.
You return to the feeling of being the one for whom this is no longer relevant. And relevance fades. This is how transformation is gentle. This is how it lasts. Christ did not say, fix yourself. He said, follow me. Follow the
Thank
feeling
you,
of
Andre
unity,
the Prince.
of wholeness, of already being accepted. and life reorganizes around that
Good.
center.
Do your laundry with
Now
me.
the middle movement begins.
Do it together.
This is where embodiment replaces theory. You begin to live from the feeling, not toward it.
Hello,
You make
Anthony.
decisions differently. You speak when moved, not to fill silence. You act without urgency. You stop explaining yourself, not from pride, from sufficiency. And the world responds, not because you demanded it, but because you changed the signal. This is resonance. Life reflects what you resonate with. So if you
Blessed
feel
and highly
valued,
favored. Thank you, Taylor, for the
opportunities
roses.
appear. If you feel secure, support emerges.
How do you
If you
support
feel
me?
loved,
You can tap on the
connection
screen,
deepens.
share my
Not
live,
magically,
repost
lawfully,
the live,
because feelings select
follow
experience.
me,
Now,
follow me everywhere.
challenges will still appear, but they appear differently. They do not threaten identity.
Watch my
They invite
videos
refinement.
from start to
You do
finish.
not ask, why is this happening to me? You ask, what
Take what
space
resonates.
am I being asked to occupy more fully? And you adjust inwardly. Outward
Ooh.
adjustment follows. This is mastery.
Thank you for the Sunday,
Not
May
control
May.
over events, but command over state. And once you master state, events become servants. Now let us return to stillness, because all power is renewed there. You sit, you breathe, you feel the simple sense of being, not becoming, being. You let this beingness expand. No image, no words, just presence. And in that presence, feeling
Hi,
settles.
Miles.
It becomes calm, grounded, certain. This is the feeling Christ lived from.
Right now we
This
are
is why he could say,
voting our
peace I leave
clothes.
with you. Peace is not
Who
the
knows
absence
what the
of
rest of
problems.
the day
It is
holds?
the presence of alignment, and alignment manifests. So now, as this understanding integrates, do not rush to apply it. Let it apply itself.
You think I would
Let
like
feeling
you?
lead.
That's good.
Let imagination serve feeling, not commanded. Let belief arise naturally from repeated inner experience. And your life will change, not dramatically, but deeply, quietly, permanently.
Oh, yes.
You will find
Andre.
yourself less reactive, more present, more generous. Not because you tried to be better, but because you felt whole. And wholeness expresses as goodness. This is how you become a better
Sorry, I'm
person
doing a
every
free
day,
hug
not by
tour.
discipline, but by identity.
Coming soon
So
to
now,
a city near you.
rest here in the feeling that nothing is missing, the feeling that you are supported, the feeling that life is responding, because it is. It always has been, and it always will be, according to the feeling you choose to live from. Feeling is the secret, and now it is no longer a secret to you. And as this truth settles more deeply, you begin to notice a subtle reversal taking place within you. You are no longer reaching outward for reassurance. You are no longer scanning faces, outcomes, or
It's everywhere.
circumstances to decide how you should feel.
No, I don't
You feel
shave
first,
or wax or
and then
do
the world
nothing.
follows. This is the reversal
You're all
that
natural.
liberates. For most of your life, you were taught to wait for evidence before allowing yourself peace. You were conditioned to say, when this changes, then I'll relax. When this arrives, then I'll feel secure. But
What's
now
up,
you see the
Tuan?
flaw in that logic.
Thank you for the
Peace
heartbeat.
is not a reward. Security is not a result.
God's plan.
Wholeness is not earned.
That's how.
There are states, and states precede form. So you begin granting yourself permission now.
Hello,
Permission to
crazy
breathe fully.
kitten.
Permission to enjoy small moments without guilt. Permission to feel grounded even when questions remain unanswered. This permission is not irresponsibility. It is wisdom. Because the nervous system cannot create effectively from tension. The mind cannot receive
Thank
insight
you. Here
while
I am,
clenched.
easy.
The heart cannot expand while bracing. So you soften, and in softening, power returns. This is the paradox the world never
Hello.
taught you. That strength is not found in resistance, but in alignment. That authority does not shout, it settles. That confidence is not asserted, it is assumed. So when you assume the feeling of being supported, life begins to support you. When you assume the feeling of being guided, clarity begins to appear. When you assume the feeling of being loved, love finds countless ways to reach you. Not because you summoned it, but because you made room for it. Now notice how this changes your daily life. You listen more than you speak. You respond rather than react. You pause instinctively before agreeing to things that do not match your inner state. Boundaries form naturally, not from fear, but from self-respect. And self-respect is a feeling. You feel yourself to be worthy of ease, worthy of honesty, worthy of time.
We
So you
doing
stop
our laundry
abandoning yourself
together.
for
You got to
approval.
do your laundry
This
with
alone
us.
transforms relationships.
I am.
Because people do not respond to your words, they respond to your state. They feel how you feel about yourself. And when you feel whole, you invite others to meet you there. Some will rise to it, some will fall away. Both are correct.
You're doing yours,
Because
yes.
alignment always reorganizes life. Now let us speak of persistence.
Right
not as
now we're
effort,
doing
but
laundry.
as
I
loyalty.
don't know what's coming
Loyalty
next.
to the
But
feeling
when
you
I
have
know,
chosen.
I will let you
There
know.
will be moments when the world appears unchanged. Moments when old patterns knock softly, asking to be let back in. This is not failure.
Better?
It is transition. Like a
Is it
room
better?
echoing after the sound has stopped. Do not reintroduce the sound. Remain loyal to the feeling of completion. Not rigidly, not anxiously,
Thank you,
but
mindset
gently.
power for the roses.
Like one who knows the
You just
direction
started the washing
of the
machine?
tide.
I know
You do
that's
not
right.
chase
Let's
waves.
go.
You trust the ocean. This trust is what Neville meant when he said to live in the
I'm
ocean.
vegan
Not pretend,
and I eat a lot of
not
mushrooms.
fantasize, but inhabit. To live as though the inner
That's the
decision has
secret.
already been accepted
Give your
by
body what
life,
it needs,
because it has.
and it will
Life
flourish.
never rejects the state
Thank you
consistently
for them
occupied.
hundreds.
It only mirrors inconsistency. So consistency
Taylor.
becomes sacred. Not consistency of action, but consistency of being. You return again and again to the feeling of already being who you wish to be. Not all day, not forcefully, but whenever you remember. And remembering becomes easier. Soon, it becomes automatic. This is when transformation is complete. Not when the outer world changes, but when you no longer need it to confirm you. Ironically, this is when it changes most rapidly, because you are no longer interfering with doubt. So now, as this teaching continues to unfold within
You have a blessed day too.
let your life become simple,
Lion's mane
not small,
mushrooms and
simple.
oyster
One
mushrooms.
truth, one feeling, one direction. Let your prayer be silent alignment. Let your worship be inner peace. Let your faith be rest. And from this rest, allow inspired action to rise. Action that feels clean. Action that feels kind. Action that feels inevitable. Not driven by fear, but drawn by resonance. This is how creation moves through you. You do not push. You participate, and participation feels like flow. So trust the feeling. Return to it often. Let it shape your thoughts. Let it shape your choices. Let it shape your presence. Because feeling is not only the secret to manifestation, it is the secret to peace.
No, I don't own an anaconda.
The
I have two
secret
ball
to becoming
pythons.
the version
Snakes.
of yourself that blesses everyone you encounter. When you feel whole, you give without depletion. When you feel grounded, you speak without harm. When
Sometimes
you feel alive,
I drink celery juice.
you live without regret. So remain here, in the quiet knowing, in the gentle certainty, in the feeling that all is well, even as life continues to unfold. Because from this feeling, all good things flow, and they flow naturally,
Okay,
effortlessly,
that part mine
faithfully,
is.
just as they always have, just as they always will. And as you remain with this feeling,
I'm from the
something
Midwest,
subtle yet
but I live in
unmistakable
Maryland,
happens. The need to control dissolves.
where it's Mary.
You stop bracing for outcomes. You stop rehearsing conversations in your mind. You stop trying to anticipate every possible turn of events. Not because you no longer care, but because you trust the state you are living from. This trust is not blind. It is experiential. You have felt the difference between force and
Oh
flow,
yes, make me a bookshelf.
between tension and alignment, between wanting and being. So now when a thought arises that once would have unsettled you, it no longer has the same authority. You observe it, you feel it, and you let it pass. Because you are no longer identified with every passing mental weather pattern. You have discovered the sky.
I like listening
This
to
is
conscious
awareness
rap.
anchored in
That's
feeling.
my favorite.
The feeling does not fluctuate wildly.
But I got a
It does
frequency
not
playlist
rise
too
and
that I
fall
really
with
like.
circumstance. It remains steady, quiet, reliable.
There's a
And
snowstorm
from
on
this
its way.
steadiness, discernment
I
sharpens.
hope that you don't come
You
here.
begin to sense when something is aligned, not logically, but somatically. Your body knows before your mind explains. There is ease.
Thank you, A
There is
Boogie, for the heart
openness.
me.
There is a sense of yes without urgency.
Why do I
And
have
when
that
something is
demonic
not
poster
aligned,
on your wall?
you feel
I don't know what
contraction,
demonic poster you're
heaviness,
talking about.
resistance. You no longer override these signals. You honor them. This is wisdom returning to the body. This is intuition reactivated. This is what it means to walk by faith, not belief without evidence.
It's
but
Neville
sensitivity to
Goddard.
inner truth. Faith is not ignoring reality. It is seeing reality from the correct level. So you move slower now, not because you are hesitant, but because you are precise. You speak less, but what you say carries weight. You act
Why am
less
I not married?
impulsively, but your actions
I'm
land
single.
cleanly. This is
I got one
embodiment.
more marriage in
And
me.
embodiment is
I'm
where
trying to wait till
feeling
I'm in my
becomes character.
50s.
You are no
So,
longer practicing a principle.
Marriage coming
You are
soon.
living it.
Well, not too
And
soon.
because you are living it,
Marriage
others
coming.
feel it in your presence. There is a calm around you that does not need explanation, a groundedness that does not seek validation, a kindness that does not exhaust itself. People may not know
That's
why
a
they
Rick
feel
and
safe
Morty
with you, but they
poster.
do.
It's not
Because
demonic.
you are not asking anything of them. You are complete. This is the quiet power of one who has made peace with their inner world. And now, even your challenges change their tone. They no longer feel personal. They no longer feel punishing. They feel instructive. Like
I'm
life
in my
asks them,
30s.
can you remain in the feeling here too? And when you do, when you remain centered, even as circumstances stretch you, something profound occurs. The challenge resolves itself faster, not because you solved it aggressively, but because you did not feed it with resistance. What you do not resist reorganizes. What
I
you do
am
not fear
5'4.5".
loses its grip. So courage becomes natural. Not the courage to fight, but the courage to stay open. Open to solutions you could not plan. Open to timing you could not predict. Open to outcomes that exceed your imagination. Because imagination, when relaxed, expands. And expansion is the nature of life. So now, let your inner work become subtle. Less effort, more presence. Less technique,
I live in
more
Maryland.
honesty.
Why are you
do not
punching the
ask,
wall?
am I doing this right? You ask, does this
Don't
feel
punch the
true?
wall.
And truth,
It's not lemongrass.
when felt,
Yes.
carries authority. It does not argue. It
What?
does not justify.
With the
it
lavender
simply is.
and tea tree
So when you
oil.
return to this feeling again and again, you are not repeating a ritual.
Oh, you can
You
move
are
that over
reaffirming
there
an
so
identity.
it comes. It should
The
be able to come over
identity
there.
of one who trusts life. The identity of one who knows the inner world matters. The identity of one who understands that consciousness precedes forth. And this identity reshapes everything. You begin to live more positively, not
I want
by
to say it's
forcing optimism,
expensive, but I want to say
but by
they're cheap.
withdrawing energy from despair. You
They're
become a better
moderately
person, not by
ranged.
moral pressure, but by inner alignment. You treat others with
That's my
patience
older
because
sister.
you no longer rush yourself.
I don't have a
You
boyfriend. I'm
listen deeply
single.
because you are no longer afraid of silence. You forgive more easily because you no longer need to defend an ego built on that. This is the fruit of treating rightly, not perfection, but coherence. And coherence is peace in motion.
No, it's not
So
Alan
let
Watts.
the days
It's
unfold
Neville
without
Goddard.
comment. Let results arrive
No,
without an
not
act.
Alan.
Let life
I
surprise
like
you.
Alan too, but
Because
it's not Alan.
surprises are only possible when you are not gripping the script. And when something wonderful happens as it will receive it quietly, do not rush
Okay,
to
what you
explain it.
getting?
Do not rush to repeat it. Just notice, this came from within. And that knowing settles deep. Deeper than belief, deeper than technique. It becomes certainty. And certainty, once embodied, does not leave. So remain here, in the
What's
feeling,
up, Miles
in
B?
the center, in the quiet agreement between who you are and what you are becoming, because they are no longer separate. And from this union, life continues to shape itself beautifully, intelligently,
Because
faithfully,
I'm not in
according to the
Baltimore.
feeling you now call home. And as this feeling becomes home, you no longer search for yourself in the mirror of the world.
You're not going to be
You
able to place my
recognize yourself
accent,
from
though.
within. There is a deep internal recognition, not verbal, not dramatic, a knowing that you are standing
Oh,
on
happy
solid
birthday,
ground.
Tyler
That even when
Fraser.
the outer world
Period.
shifts, something essential
Happy
in you
solar
remains
return.
unmoved. This is inner authority.
No, I'm not
Not
in PG
dominance.
County either.
Not control, authority. The kind that does not need to announce itself, the kind that does not react to challenge, the kind that allows life to come closer without fear. From this authority, your imagination changes quality. It is no longer frantic. It no longer jumps from desire to desire. It becomes deliberate. When you imagine now, you do not do it to escape the present. You do it to seed the future from a place of fullness.
I
Because
am.
the seed is planted in wholeness, what grows carries the same weight.
Thank
This
you.
is why your desires refine.
Soups.
You no longer want things to
For the
prove something.
floating heart.
You no longer want outcomes to fill an absence.
Thank you, Martin.
You want expressions of joy, of service, of expansion. Desire becomes sacred again. Not desperate, not compulsive.
You need a hug?
Creative. This is the original purpose of imagination, not to compensate for lack, but to extend life, to let the invisible take form. And now, you understand why Christ spoke in parables. Because truth cannot be forced into the intellect. It must be felt into understanding. So your learning becomes embodied wisdom. You no longer collect ideas.
I'm listening to
integrate
Neville
states.
Goddard.
And integration changes how you treat time. You stop rushing, not because you are indifferent.
I'm
but
not sure
because
what
you
I'm
are
doing
present.
today.
Presence
All I know is
stretches
today,
time.
right now, we're doing
Moments
laundry.
deepen. Attention sharpens.
I
Life
told y'all I'm
feels fuller
intuitively
without needing
guided.
more. This is
So
abundance,
as soon as I
not
know, I'll let
accumulation,
y'all know.
but sufficiency. And sufficiency radiates, it draws the right people, the right
I don't know what I'm doing
opportunities,
today. I don't know
the
what I'm
right
doing
circumstances.
when I'm coming to
Not
Atlanta.
because you chase them, but because you match them.
I'm not trying to be
Resonance
mean.
does
I
the work.
just
Now
want you
listen
guys to
carefully.
understand how my
There
brain
will be days
works.
when you forget, days when old habits whisper louder, days when feeling drifts. This is not a failure. This is human rhythm. What matters
Thank
is
you for
not
the heart
perfection, but
puffs.
return. The speed with which you return to the feeling of alignment.
No, I got
Return
hella
without
energy.
guilt, return without analysis. Just return, like coming back to the breath. Each return strengthens
My
the
ears
pattern.
are pierced, but I
And
don't wear
soon,
earrings.
returning becomes second nature. You do not spiral as far. You do not stay lost as long. Because the center is familiar. This is spiritual maturity. Not transcendence of life, but intimacy with it. You are here. You are embodied. You are
Thank you,
engaged.
Jay, for the little
But you are no
crown.
longer entangled. And this changes how you love.
I appreciate it,
Love
though.
becomes less transactional.
Thank you.
Less conditional. You give without bargaining. You receive without
Oh,
suspicion.
period,
Because you feel
Tyler.
secure within yourself. And security is attractive.
I hope you enjoy
It
your
creates
birthday.
safety. It invites honesty. It dissolves games. So relationships simplify. They may not always be easy, but they become clean. Truth replaces tension.
Ooh,
This is the fruit
thank you
of
for the
inner
floating
alignment.
hearts,
Now,
Rob.
notice how the teaching completes itself.
Who
You
sent me
began
them
seeking
flowers? Thank you, whoever
manifestation,
sent me
a
them
change in outer
flowers.
form. But you arrived at transformation, a
H-Rec,
change
thank
in
you for
inner
them
state.
flowers.
And transformation is the greater gift. Because once transformed,
Exactly. Ooh,
manifestation
ooh, ooh,
is
ooh.
inevitable. You
Thank
no
you,
longer
Jay, for
wonder
little
if life
crown.
will respond. You know how it responds. To feeling, always to feeling. So let feeling be your guide. When confused,
Thank you, K. Roscoe,
return.
for them roses.
When tempted to force,
Thank you,
soften into
Journey,
it.
for the
When
100.
afraid, rest inside it. Feeling is not weakness. It is sensitivity to truth. And truth, when felt, organizes reality with
I'm
precision.
not sure, y'all.
So now,
I don't know
there
yet.
is nothing to add, nothing to memorize, nothing to prove. Only a life to live from the inside out. A life where imagination is trusted, where belief is embodied, where feeling is honored. And as you continue forward, day by day, moment by moment, you will notice something
What's up,
simple and
Iceman?
profound. Life begins to meet you halfway. Not because you
No, I
demanded
don't
it,
have any
but
mods.
because you
This
finally
is an
spoke its
active
language,
patience test for
the
everybody.
language of feeling. That language has always been true in you. You simply remembered how to listen. And listening
Thank you,
changes
Mike,
everything.
for the floating
You
heart.
begin to listen not only with your ears, but with your whole being. You listen to moments. You listen to pauses. You listen to the quiet signals that used to be drowned out by urgency. In this listening, life reveals its intelligence. You notice that nothing is random. That timing has a rhythm. That what arrives does so when you are internally prepared to receive it without distortion. This is why certain desires once delayed themselves not as punishment but as protection. You were becoming the one who could hold them
No,
with grace.
it's Neville
And now,
Goddard.
because you feel whole, you are no longer afraid of receiving. You no longer fear
No, I'm not
success.
in Montgomery County
You no
either.
longer fear love. You no longer fear peace. You trust yourself with good. This trust is essential. Many people unknowingly resist their own manifestations because they do not feel safe being fulfilled. They feel familiar with struggle. They feel loyal to lack. They feel identified with waiting. But you have released that identity. You have allowed fulfillment to feel natural. And when fulfillment feels natural, it arrives quietly. It does not crash into your life. It integrates.
I
It
can't.
fits like
I'm
something
sorry,
that
I'm
was
not
always
trying to
meant to
miss
be
it.
there. This is how the
Ooh,
deepest
thank you,
manifestations
Jay,
occur.
for the
They
cat.
do not disrupt your nervous system. They confirm it. So now,
I
you stop
appreciate
asking whether
you.
you are doing enough. You
Thank you,
understand that
John, for
doing
the
follows
goat.
being, and being follows feeling. So you tend to feeling first. Each
Yes,
morning,
I am. I
you do
post
not
the
ask
books
what
that I'm
must be
reading
fixed.
too,
You
so you
ask
can
what
see.
state you wish to inhabit.
Oh,
And you enter it gently. You
hey,
breathe
Dark
it in.
Man, Grand
You
Rising.
let
Thank
your
you,
body
K. Roscoe,
acclimate.
for the thing,
You
for the
allow the
hand
day
heart.
to rise from there. Some days, the feeling is strong. Some days, it is faint. Both are acceptable because you